And remember, only you can close shut the jaws of Oblivion. What's up, Cave Dwellers? I'm Gabe.
I'm Lex.
I'm really excited for today's topic. I don't think Lex is, but I think it'll be okay. We're going to make it. We're going to make it.
It's better than last week.
They said that the lava chicken's spicy. You dying that bad already?
Mm-hmm. This was a horrible idea.
I don't remember what last week was.
Lava.
But before we get into today's topic, we're going to go ahead and thank our sponsors.
Yes. Gabe's Cave, comic cards and collectibles. With the .com and an app, you can go on there, order your comics, cards, and collectibles. You can go on the website and you can set up your pull list for weekly comics, and along with other things that are, I think we have some online exclusives.
Yes.
Yes, we have some online exclusives that you can go check out.
Store exclusives.
Store exclusives online.
Yes, you can get those online. You can also set up like pull lists and other things. They're great.
They are great. And when you order comics, cards, and or collectibles, they are sent to you in wonderful
Comic Shield boxes. The best brand to ship graded comics, graded cards, comics, and cards in general. They are easy to put together. They're cheap, and I mean they're easy to fold. They really fold in together, just like in, fold shut. You're done. It's great. They're strong. They're durable as can be. I think they're great. That's comicshield.com. Make sure to go check them out. If you're in the business of shipping comics, cards, graded cards, make sure to go check those out. And if you buy them, ask that they ship them in these. We recommend them. They're wonderful.
Yeah.
Did you ever fold the other boxes?
I don't think so, so I'm just going to take your word on it. If I did, it was long enough ago that I don't remember.
They're the ones that you, like, instead of folding flat, you fold like that.
Yes.
Initially, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Those suck.
Yeah.
Those are awful.
I think I only did those one time.
Yeah, probably. I did them for a while. They're confusing. This is why we love Comic Shield.
Yeah. Because
they're stronger, they're cheaper, and they fold easier. And we have we have an announcement. We've got CajunCon at the end of the year. It's December 6th and 7th in Gonzales, Louisiana. Can't wait for that. That's going to be a ton of fun.
It is going to be a lot of fun.
We're going to be running media, not panels. No panels for that con. We're going to be running around and promoting artists and celebrities. We'll be running around with a mic connected to the speakers over the main venue, and they'll be hitting one-liners every once in a while.
We will try.
We're going to try. We're going to try real hard. I can't wait for it. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to be those people that harass them to promote them. It's great, right? Let's go ahead and get into today's topic.
Yeah, let's do it.
So today we're talking about Oblivion Remastered. I'm very excited about this. I absolutely love Bethesda games in general. And I'm a big fan of Skyrim and Fallout and all the other Elder Scrolls in general. I'm going to go ahead and say I started with Skyrim. I've played Oblivion. I am excited for the remaster. I bought it the other night. I have not got to play it yet. But that being said, it looks beautiful.
From what I have seen, it does look really good.
So if you're not into this kind of stuff or you're interested in it, the big thing is Bethesda has always used for their games such as Elder Scrolls and Fallout, the creation engine. The creation engine is awful. Hate to say it. It was made for a specific purpose, and it does not do it very well. And it is the downfall of... It's why they're so iconic. If you hear about any Bethesda game, oh, I'm playing Skyrim. Oh, you're playing that buggy game? Oh, you're playing Fallout. Oh, I'm playing that buggy game. Okay, yeah. It's buggy. It's not a great engine. And they rebuilt it from the ground up for Starfield, and it worked a lot better. There were still bugs. It was still a creation engine. But that was the best we've ever seen it at. I know a lot of people didn't like Starfield and stuff, but I thought it was great. But for Oblivion Remastered, they completely, which this is what makes it not a remastered, it is a remake, because they rebuilt the game from the ground up in Unreal Engine 5. It's the first time they've done this, and they talked about doing this for a while, and they have also talked about doing most of their games in the future in Unreal, which is exciting because it's not as clunky as the Creation Engine. It has the support you need to be able to put stuff like vehicles and other things. If they were to ever rebuild Starfield from the ground up, which I don't think they will, it wasn't a huge success. But if they ever make a sequel or something like that, it would run better. On the other hand, they did not market for this game at all. They had no marketing. Zero. They had one day before announcement about a trailer for this on a Twitch stream that was supposed to showcase gameplay. There were no details on this post. It was a post on Twitter and I think Instagram that just said IV, so 4 Roman numerals, and then had the I in the background. That's the classic look of Oblivion. Nothing else. And then day of the stream, they start the stream and the game launches. In one day, starting at 11 a.m., they had 280 million copies sold. That is insane. That
is a lot. That is a lot.
That's also a lot for the fact that they had zero marketing, zero pre-orders. No, like the only special, you can get a special edition of it for $10 extra, and it comes with the other 2 DLCs. Because, you know, whatever. It's $49.99. If you play video games regularly and you are into a lot of new games, the prices of games are going up. All games used to be $50 to $60. Now they're going from $70 to $80, or they were going for $70 to $80 for the past couple of years. And recently there have been announcements by some of the other companies that are very popular, that have a lot of exclusives to their consoles, are now pushing for $80 to $100 for base editions, not for special editions. And that's upsetting. The remaster, or is it a remaster of Mario Kart, or is it just a re-release?
It's a new Mario Kart.
Is it a new Mario Kart?
It's a new Mario Kart.
Okay, it's a new Mario Kart.
Yes.
For $100 base edition.
Or is it $80?
Is it $80 base edition and then $100 for the special edition or something?
I have no idea. I haven't looked at the special edition price.
Okay. That being said, that's insane. That's ludicrous. And you can't just claim inflation on that. That's absolutely ridiculous. And the fact that they're like, oh, well, our games we can't sell them for cheaper. They won't make our profits. They won't meet our profit margin. And Bethesda comes in and says, hey, no marketing, complete remake of a game for $50. Completely rebuilt. That means they had to redo everything for this game in a new engine. They had to have people learn how to use the new engine. Not only did they have to use a new engine, when you go from one engine to another one, you have to learn how to use it. It's entirely different. They went and completely rebuilt Oblivion from the ground up. The only thing they used was, so they had to remodel everything using references from the game. So they got to look at everything that was in the original and rebuild it from the ground up using new modeling based off of the old one. They had a reference. That's all they had. I know that they got to pull the voice lines over, and some of them they redid, some of them they enhanced through I can't think of what it's called. Brandon, do you know what it was called? Some sort of AI thing. They have an AI thing that lets you it makes it where the facial expressions move better with the voice lines. Because used to it was like, while they're talking. Now lips actually move, teeth move, stuff moves with the voice lines. It makes it look more cohesive. And so with the remake from the ground up, which had to cost them a lot of money, they decided, we're just going to gamble on it. And no marketing. Nothing. Well, we haven't heard of that at all for just about anything. Like, yes, some games get very little marketing and poor marketing, and it's a new thing, and people don't hear about it. But, I mean, clearly it worked. 280 million copies day one, and it's, I think, the number one game on Steam right now, which is insane. And it released on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation after Bethesda said that they might not be giving anything to PlayStation anymore because of how much of a pain that PlayStation was being for other consoles and stuff. Yeah. It already has mods. It had day one mods. One of them was a color filter. If you have played Oblivion, it had that very lush blue and greenish color filter. Very green. It made grass look like golf turf or football field green.
Yeah.
Where it looked not real. Mm-hmm. And so people that grew up with the game, they were used to that. Some people mentioned that they didn't like that very much, that it didn't have that in this one. Well, there was a mod day one to add that color filter. That's insane. Some of the other most popular mods I can't talk about on here, but there are an insane amount of mods, and it's been out since Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. It came out in the middle of a week, which was also insane. Games don't tend to drop in the middle of the week. They went against all odds and performed better than most AAA game studios are performing today. The Elder Scrolls studio has not released a new game in over 20 years, 10 years. Skyrim was the last new game, unless you want to consider online. You've got Skyrim, which came out in 2011, so it's been almost 15 years. And we've gotten nothing but Skyrim remakes since then, pretty much, other than Elder Scrolls Online. And that gets constant updates. But we've gotten, I think, 5 or 6 re-releases of Skyrim. And then they're like, hey, we're going to release a new thing. It's in the Elder Scrolls universe. Everybody's like, we don't want it because we know it's just going to be a re-release of Skyrim and it's not Elder Scrolls 6. That's what everybody wants. Mm-hmm. No. Trust me, it's new. It's new. Nobody believes them. And then they just completely out of nowhere remade Oblivion, which is a fan favorite of the entire series. Daggerfall was hard. You can't get out of a dungeon. And Oblivion had an insanely good story and amazing gameplay for the time. The way that it was remade graphically, how you would have imagined it looked as a kid, how much better it would have looked as a kid if you grew up with this game. That's how it looks now. It looks that good now. And that is absolutely stunning. I'm so excited because this is a massive marker for the future. I think it is a massive marker for the future of gaming. This might push AAA game companies and even movies into pulling back on marketing. When you go watch movie trailers now, they tell you most of the story for the movie. The movie's pretty much completely told to you before you even go see it. I mean, not only are a lot of movies nowadays poorly written, it's mostly they just care about the profits. They don't actually care about the story that they're writing. You see the movie before you go watch the movie. Well, what's the point in watching it if you've seen the trailer that tells you pretty much 90% of the story? The only thing you haven't seen is one scene in the middle of it. It's not even the ending. You've already seen the ending in the trailer. I mean, I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. And not to mention leaks on games and movies, which Oblivion Remastered did have a few leaks, which kind of promoted it.
I have seen the gates of Oblivion.
But a lot of people were still iffy on whether it was actually going to happen. They started a little over a month ago, and I remember I heard about it, and I was like, the guy who's leaking it, he's been trustworthy for most of the stuff that he said, so I believe it, but I don't think it'll be good. Well, then it turned to if they do it, they're going to change something about it, and nobody's going to like it. Then it changed to, oh, well, I don't even know if it's going to happen. They keep denying it, and they're just claiming they're putting all their efforts on Elder Scrolls 6. Oh, well, now it's here. And it's absolutely the best thing that I think I've seen in probably 5 years for gaming. It's a $50 game. You can get it for $60, which is what games should be. It's a remake, not a remaster. If it was just a remaster built on a newer version of the same engine with slightly updated graphics, and it's the same game overall, I would be less happy with it being $50. But because it was rebuilt from the ground up in Unreal, and the way that prices are moving up now for other game companies, their prices on any version of the game, any edition, with how much they've increased, I think this is a win overall. I think this is a win for gaming in general, and I also am excited to play it because it's a wonderful game. Personally, I would like games to be cheaper. I think they should be more accessible to people, and it's a hobby, not something that I want to spend half of a paycheck on. I mean, seriously, It's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Anything?
I think you hit everything, man.
Yeah.
You kept the talking stick.
I know.
It's fine.
I can hand it to you.
No, I think you hit everything that I was going to say, because I don't know much about this. We've mentioned it once or twice before, but I don't play a lot of, especially new video games.
Yeah. I can promise you this is not quite new, but...
Yeah. But, so I don't really have my knowledge of the video game world and everything that's going on. I'm still stuck in 2006. As long as the line of video games go.
You know what's funny?
That's when Oblivion
came out.
So
you'd be right on time to play this.
I don't think they released it for the Wii.
No, they did not.
That would be incredible.
That would be incredible. That would be a ton of fun.
I do agree with the price thing.
I think that games should not be this much, especially not when we're moving from hard copy, physical copy of disc to where if you even get a disc, you're just getting code. They're only making a quarter of what they used to make in disc because most consoles aren't even using disc trays anymore, or they're starting to not use them. Everything's digital. You only have a key. You don't own the game anymore. Why should I pay more than $60 for the right to play this game, or for a license that says I can play this game for maybe the next 5 years? And if your game company goes under and someone buys you out, they can just decide, no, you don't have your game anymore. Why would I want that? Especially with a lot of the AAA game companies having issues currently. Like, I mean, Ubisoft, they just got 25% bought out.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. 10 bought them out. They have all the properties that are popular within Ubisoft that make all of Ubisoft's money. They have the final say on everything there. I mean, that's either a good or a really bad thing, but that also means they can just say, hey, you don't own any of your games anymore. I don't like that. I don't want to deal with that. I don't know these companies. I know the companies that I've dealt with before.
Yeah.
The companies I've dealt with before might suck, but at least I know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Big thing is prices need to go down, and I think this will push prices down. We need less marketing on games. I don't want to see the story on games. I don't want to see the story on movies either, and I hope that this pulls for movies too. I don't know if it will, but I hope it does. I think that movies and games are pretty close to the same world, especially marketing-wise. Mm-hmm. So I think that this might have a positive effect on all of it. Just remember, Todd Howard is an amazing salesman, because I promise you I would have bought another copy of Skyrim. I think I've bought it at least 13 times. I've got problems, but man, Todd Howard, he's just so good at it. As of this recording, there are 459 mods for Oblivion. And it's, I think, 3 days since release. So, that's insane.
It's really good.
That's insane. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and move into our giveaways for the day.
Yeah.
We've got Artist Spotlight. Welcome to today's Artist Spotlight, and today we've got Mike Stevens.
That is correct.
And these are some phenomenal cards. I love where you can see the realism up here, and then the line work on these four. I think are beautiful. And I've got to say, this is probably one of my favorite Batmans.
It is a really cool Batman.
It's really cool.
It is
I love
really
that design.
Cool Batman.
Let's go ahead and say who these are.
Yep. So we got Frankenstein's monster, the Terrifier, the Bride of Frankenstein, Nosferatu, and the Mummy.
And then we've got Jason, Mother Witch, oh man, I just blanked. Ursula, yes. Beetlejuice and Batman, of course. I can't believe I blanked on Ursula, dude. I'm so sad I blanked on Ursula because I had it. I had it beforehand.
Yes, you were so confident.
I know. I was like, man, I've got it. I know that one.
Oh, what's her name?
And she had a giant. She was the main villain in Lorcana like a set ago. That's so upsetting.
When you said Lorcana, it really threw me off.
Yeah, I'm so upset over that, man. Gosh, that hurts, man. Anyways, these are some beautiful cards. And if you want to win them, you just got to go to that link in the description and fill out the drop-down page. Mm-hmm. And you'll be entered to win. And on next week's video, we'll announce who won. But these are phenomenal. What's your favorite?
I don't know. I'm looking.
Are you torn?
I'm torn between the Mummy and Jason.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't ever see the Mummy.
You're right. You don't. I really thought you'd be torn over Frankenstein's monster.
I have a bunch of Frankenstein though.
You're right. I did get you that really cool one from Peter. But this Batman is definitely my favorite because
that's definitely number 3.
I love that design, man. It feels to me reminiscent of the Arkham games, and it's just so nice. But yeah, make sure to enter to win. And speaking of winners,
we have some of those.
We have the winners for Emra Silder.
Congratulations to those winners.
Yeah, y'all did a wonderful at putting in a little bit of information on what you wanted.
Yes, you did really good in the luck thing.
Yes, you did. We hope you enjoyed those cards, and we hope that all of y'all like the cards that you get in. Other than that, you got anything else to add?
Like the video, subscribe, enter the giveaways. Tell us what your favorite Bethesda game is.
Yeah. And remember, only you can close shut the jaws of Oblivion. Bye.
Bye.